Alright everybody, welcome back to Skyway Classics YouTube channel. We are now going for a ride in our 1969 Chevy C10 pickup truck. Of course, you know we just did a video on a 1970 C10 pickup truck, giving you another option to pick from. I personally like this one more just because of its color. But anyway, going into it, featuring a blue and white two-tone exterior. Of course, I love seeing that nice little trim coming down the sides there. Other than that, you see it does have its old school style wheels on it to make it look nice. Personally, a nice opinion there. Other than that, you have the flat window, not the slide out window, with the nice little bed there, a little longer than the other truck. And you can also see they also coated the bed too, so you never have to worry about scratching it or ruining it. But anyways, we move on to the inside. You can see it does have a little bit of a blue and black combination there. Our dash looking in pretty good shape. Pretty crazy to see how the wheel is bigger than almost you are. Other than that, everything seems to be working. Our speedometer, our temperature, even the gas gauge is very nice, especially since old gas sits a little bit, starts to stink and ruins the sending unit. But other than that, this one runs pretty good. As you can see, for our audio system, we do have a later model Pioneer with CD. God forbid, I wish I had Apple CarPlay, but that's something I can't always wish for. Other than that, having just old school vent windows and window cranks. Of course, you just saw we had a little bit of a brake test there. The brakes were actually pretty good. As for our power steering, handling pretty well as the other part there. Other than that, as we move on to the engine bay, you can see it does have a nice little small block 350 Chevy in it. More stocker look than the other one, as you can see, with the stock orange Chevy valve covers and air cleaner. Of course, you can see underneath the hood it also features the factory style AC. I did not exactly test it out, but of course having factory AC in an older vehicle is nice to have. You can always switch it over later if you really want to, but other than that, just having stock manifolds for the sound, still producing a good sound out the back. And of course, it's a lot easier to change spark plugs out if worst case scenario you ever have to do that. But judging from the way this truck runs, I don't think it's necessary to do anything but get it and go. As for now, it is time though we get it turned around and up on the lift. So if you have a moment, just stay tuned with us to see the underneath.